You know what I haven't been talking about on this channel? Almost to a criminal level? Portal Revolution. Our first video about the project came out all the way back in 2022, and ever since then, we've just kind of been letting the team do their thing. But it's now early 2024, and it's time to actually talk about Portal Revolution again because, well, it's out. And a bunch of you have done a great job letting me know. Trust me, I never forgot about it. So, what exactly is Portal Revolution? Did it turn out good? Did it turn out bad? And how good does it actually smell? Well, we're about to find out the answer to at least 3 of those questions.
LambdaGeneration.
Portal Revolution is a mod for Portal 2 that was developed by Second Phase Software and its lead developer, Stefan Heinz. The story takes place somewhere between Portal 1 and 2, where you as the player meet Sterling, a joyful little core that has one goal in mind: restore the Aperture Science facility to its former glory. To do that, you need to make your way through several dozen test chambers, both underground and near the surface, to make your way to a machine that can, according to Sterling, fix it all. But is restoring Aperture back to its glory really a good idea? Or does Sterling's intentions secretly suck? You'll be finding that out. No spoilers in this video, by the way. It runs on a custom version of the source engine called Portal 2 Community Edition, which itself is powered by Strata Source, a modernized fork of Source which adds a multitude of updated features and improvements for both players and developers. More on that later. Portal Revolution was eventually released on January 6th of this year after a small one-day delay from the announced official release date due to some review problems with Valve. And it has already taken the community by storm. The reviews are very positive and even the player numbers look very good. It even beat the all-time player numbers for Portal Reloaded, which was pretty big when that came out, so yeah, this was quite an event, alright. As you may know already by now, I made a video about Portal Revolution back in late 2022 that goes a little more in-depth about the production. So if you want to go check that out, then click the card that's on screen right now, if I haven't forgotten to put it in. The rest of the video will focus on my experience with the mod and my opinion of it. I played through the entirety of the mod and I got quite a few things to say about it, so strap in and get ready for some gameplay. And some ramblings from me. So let's start out with the gameplay, probably the most important element of a Portal game. On the Steam store page for Portal Revolution, it mentions that they have tested the mod rigorously to make sure that any player can solve the puzzles. So while Portal Revolution does introduce a couple of new mechanics like the new laser teleportation cube, the gel cleansing field, and the resurrected pneumatic diversity vents from the Portal 2 beta, the puzzles never get too brain-crushingly hard to figure out. Now, that might be a turnoff for some people who are looking for a huge challenge after having completed the main Portal games. But for a person like me who's a big dummy and doesn't like being stuck at a test chamber for hours, the difficulty here is actually quite perfect. It's a lot like Portal 2, actually, and the new mechanics are very well explained once introduced. The world building through the story and environments are also pretty great, and yeah, you do also have these behind-the-scenes sections to play through as well, just like in Portal 2. Both in modern Aperture Science and old Aperture Science. I always loved these sections in Portal 2. It's a break from the regular test chambers to go and explore for a little bit. And Revolution has a lot of these sections as well. Although I will say that they sometimes do drag on for a little bit too long, and it can sometimes be pretty confusing to figure out where you really need to go in these sections. The test chambers and overall level design is complemented by the mod's stunning visuals. I really mean it when I say that this looks like a brand new Portal game that Valve could have made. The environmental details are absolutely amazing and a lot of effort went into detailing every single little hammer unit of these maps. But it never feels too overbearing either. Test chambers are still pretty clear to read and designed to be both beautiful and legible. This mod also has a bunch of graphical improvements that it lends from Strata Source, like PBR materials being used to give surfaces an extra bit of realism, CSGO-style shadow maps for these surface areas allowing for real-time shadows coming from the sun, and light rays coming from certain light sources within the depths of the Aperture Science facility to give a lot more atmosphere where it's needed. And it doesn't overuse these graphical improvements either. Trust me, you're not going to have light rays in your face all the time. That, coupled with a brand new, sleek-looking panorama-based UI and blazingly fast loading times, really shows that it was worth it to choose this engine branch to create Portal Revolution on. Seriously, maps load in mere seconds. It's crazy how fast this game loads. The sound design is also fantastic. The music is really fitting and very Portal 2-esque, although I did notice that some moments in the game kind of lacked music where you actually expected it. It did bring some moments in the mod down a little bit because I really felt like it needed that music cue to give some extra punch to what was happening. I did really love how the cubes sometimes sing along with the music whenever you grab them or you activate a device with them. It really builds up the music the more you complete the test chamber. I really love that kind of design. And the voice acting is also very decent. Sterling sounds like an over-enthusiastic announcer, but also snobby and degrading whenever, well, things happen in the story. Not going to talk about that here though, because spoilers.
How does it feel to be an official Aperture employee? Yeah, must be great. Though on that topic, don't try running off without me, okay?
You also meet a female correlator in the game named Amelia Conley, whose voice acting is also on point.
Mannequins? Interesting. You reckon I could find a humanoid android body somewhere around here? Forgot what it feels like to have hands.
She's actually a really nice voice to listen to in the otherwise lonely depths of the old Aperture Science facility. So, now that I've talked about a lot of the good things about the mod, let me get into some of the stuff I got a few nitpicks about. For one, there were 2 puzzles in the game that left me with a slightly bitter taste in my mouth. Both seem to heavily rely on physics working in a specific way. There was one test chamber where you had to catch a ball coming towards you that bounced off of a bit of blue slop that you had to place yourself. And practically all the time, I just could not catch it until after many tries, I finally did. I actually did end up looking for a walkthrough for this specific chamber to see if I was doing something wrong here, but no. This is how at least 2 others were doing this chamber as well, but for some reason, the ball just didn't bounce high enough for me. That was honestly a bit strange. And while I'm not going to talk about the ending of the mod for the sake of spoilers, it did end rather abruptly and it does leave a lot to be desired. But hey, maybe we're going to actually get a sequel to Portal Revolution someday. It definitely has the setup for that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. In conclusion, I think Portal Revolution is a fantastic mod with great, mostly well-designed and stunning-looking test chambers that aren't brain-crushingly hard to get through, but will still offer a challenge to people looking for a Portal 2-like testing experience. And it's all neatly tied together with great music, good voice acting, and a serviceable story. And with over 40 new puzzles and around 6 hours of playtime, in my experience, there's definitely a lot of testing to be done. So yeah, I highly recommend you to check this out. It's free to get on Steam as long as you own a copy of Portal 2. So what do you think of Portal Revolution? Have you played it? Are you going to play it? Or are you going to sit this one out? Let me know in the comments, I love hearing from you all. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to like the video if you enjoyed it. More videos are on the way, and I definitely have some more cool stuff to show you all next week, so stay tuned for that.